Hey, I've never really done a vlog before. I mostly just do guitar covers and a few Game of Thrones videos. But I really wanted to talk about Myers-Briggs typology, INFJs in particular, which I am, as well as INFJ imposters. If you don't buy into Myers-Briggs, despite the fact that this is tested and true, then you should not watch this video. I'm going to be talking a lot about it. Um, INFJ stands for introverted, intuitive, feeling, judgment. Now, my friend Ariel said it best. The letters are just placeholders for the cognitive functions. Every one of the 16 types has 4 of the 8 cognitive functions. For the INFJ, the strongest is introverted intuition, followed by extroverted feeling. That's why we can be really expressive when we want to. The third one is introverted thinking, and the fourth one is extroverted sensing, our weakest function. That explains why a lot of us are very clumsy. Having said that, the opposite type in my best friend's type is ESTP. And yet they have the same functions as an INFJ, just kind of reversed. Like his strongest is extroverted sensing, his weakest is introverted intuition. If I was an INFP instead of an INFJ, it would be a completely different function stack. Introverted sensing, extroverted intuition. So having gotten that out of the way, a lot of my coworkers have taken the test, and I think a lot of them tested wrong. We have this idea that the INFJ is like this. They say Gandalf is an INFJ. Then again, so is Hitler. So is Gandhi. You know, so we have this idea that INFJs can be these completely peaceful, serene people, and we are very empathetic, and I'll get to that later. But for me personally, coupled with general anxiety disorder, my extroverted feeling, my second strongest function, I don't get to use very much because of the anxiety disorder, not wanting to be around people, which is also part of the introvert thing of being an INFJ. We live very much inside our heads. We don't like last minute decisions. Sometimes it might seem like we're blowing you off, but really we just feel the need to be alone. We get our energy from being alone. Extroverts get their energy from being around other people. Other people drain us of our energy. The introverted intuition is crazy. My best friend always tells me, "You were right, yet again." Basically, at the risk of sounding arrogant, my intuition is correct 98% of the time. And that leads to anxiety, because when I'm worried about something, I know that I'm right. I know that it's going to happen. I'm drinking cheap beer right now because I was running low on money. So having said that, if you think you're an INFJ, first of all, learn the cognitive functions. It's not hard, guys. Just Google it, look it up. You could be an INTJ. You could be an ENFJ, because the INFJs are the most social and expressive of all the introverted types, but we are also the ones who live in our head the most. So like my friend Barry said, and check out his INFJ page on Facebook, we are a walking contradiction. And I'm not going to even include my other mental disorders into this. Strictly speaking, Myers-Briggs. We have something that's called the Ni-T loop. the introverted intuition, introverted thinking loop. And that's something that an INFJ can get caught in if he or she does not get to use their extroverted functions, which are, again, extroverted feeling and extroverted sensing. Extroverted feeling, you know, interacting with people. Extroverted sensing could be anything: weightlifting, guitar, you know, putting your bare feet in the grass. So the NITI loop, or NITI loop as I call it, is where your intuition will picture it like a thought is a dice, a six-sided dice. Your introverted intuition will pick it up, and then your introverted thinking will take that dice and flip it around over and over, examining every possibility or outcome. It can be disastrous. It can lead to panic attacks. I know it does for me. The best thing to do is to, you know, play an instrument, weightlift, do something to break yourself out of that loop, because it can be disastrous. It can be depressing. A lot of INFJs have a high suicide rate because we feel like we don't belong in the world. We feel like we're an abnormality. A lot of us, especially us men, since male INFJs are rare, very rare. INFJ is the rarest type, by the way. It makes up roughly 2% of the population. Of that 2%, I think half are male, or a little less than half are male. I find that INFJ males do have a lot of feminine qualities, and for that reason, we're not the masculine take control. It's not that we're not confident, but we're not necessarily confident with the other sex, or the other sex just doesn't get us, because we're feelers, not thinkers. And most women are feelers, and a third of them are thinkers. And again, that's the F and the T, the third letter. So it can be depressing, because you'll get stuck in the friend zone with pretty much every woman you'll ever meet, simply because I don't want to say it's because we're nice guys. Not all of us are. I certainly cannot be nice all the time. Some INFJs, we have what's called this laser beam of hate, where we will fucking hate somebody to death. I'll get on the bus and just be like, oh, look at you, motherfucker. I bet you're going to sit there. Yeah, you sat there, you piece of shit. I knew it. But we are very empathetic. We feel things very deeply. We cry during sad movies. That's just how INFJs operate. If an INFJ chooses to place their time with you, that really means something. And again, at the risk of sounding arrogant, you should be honored if an INFJ chooses to share their time with you, because we are very selective of our friends. We want a few very close friends. We don't want a bunch of friends. So for an INFJ to hang out with somebody, that means they really do care about them. I want to keep this under 10 minutes. It's crazy being an INFJ. We're the rarest type. A lot of people, one of my friends in particular tells me, you're not making sense right now. But the thing is, we're walking contradictions because of our function stack, and especially if you're not a healthy INFJ, you know, which I certainly am not. But basically, go, if you don't know about MBTI and you're interested, do a Google search for Myers-Briggs, MYERS space BRIGGS. Take the test more than once. Don't take it once and be like, oh, this is what I am. This isn't a fucking Facebook bullshit quiz. And learn the cognitive functions. This started with Carl Jung in the 1800s, mother and daughter named Myers-Briggs in the 1900s. Check it out, guys. Thanks for watching.